Now, the AIADMK Erode East Assembly Bypoll candidate, Ten Arasa, has postponed filing the nomination of papers. He was originally slated to submit the papers today. Last date for filing nominations is February 7. So, the ex-MLA, Ten Arasa, was going to be the EPS candidate, but he has postponed the filing of nomination papers. My colleague Ananya Bhatnagar has been tracking these proceedings, and he's our legal correspondent. Going across to him, very good morning to you, Ananya. The Supreme Court has directed the Election Commission to respond about the two-leaf symbol by today. In fact, Feb 3rd was the deadline. Take us up to speed on that front.
Well, the whole issue is before the topmost court of the country, and the ECI, the Election Commission of India, has now filed its response before the topmost court of the country. In fact, OPS too has filed its response before the topmost court of the country. Now, on what petition has this response been filed first? The EPS had knocked the doors, even after the reserving of the judgment, EPS had knocked the doors of the topmost court of the country, seeking directions to the Election Commission of India to accept and to upload the new amended bylaws of the AIADMK, which was passed in the General Council meeting. And as per these amended bylaws, EPS is the whole and sole leader of this political party. However, the ECI in its response has said that it has not accepted the amended bylaws, which basically means that EPS is not
Ananya,
yet
I request you to
accepted
stay
as the
with us,
single
because
leader
let's get the
of,
latest in from our colleague Purnima Murli, who brings us this breaking news about the Bypoll candidate Ten Arasa postponing the filing of his nomination papers. Purnima, what was the reason for the postponement or for holding of these nomination papers?
Well, in fact, the two-leaf symbol is still pending. Remember, Erode Bypoll in his petition said that in fact he should be recognized as the party's interim general secretary, and that he needs that two-leaf symbol to ensure that he fields a candidate on behalf of the ADMK. Because the court is still hearing the case, the ECI yesterday did not give a favorable response, saying it will not interfere in the inter-party affairs. They have postponed it, and they are waiting to see how the court case pans out, whether it's going to be in favor of Erode Bypoll. So they are also now playing the wait and watch game, even as the BJP leaders have met Erode Bypoll earlier this morning and likely to meet O Panneerselvam anytime soon.
Well, Purnima, the AIADMK is synonymous with that two-leaf symbol, with that victory sign made so ubiquitous by the late Amma. So which faction, is it OPS or EPS, that is more confident of winning this two-leaf symbol?
Well, if you look at Erode Bypoll, he still enjoys the majority support. More than 90% of the party cadre, senior leaders, all of them are in support of Erode Bypoll, while O Panneerselvam has a very few loyalists on his side, which is why if you look at the candidates that have been fielded, O Panneerselvam has introduced someone who's new in the political arena, while Erode Bypoll has chosen a veteran, a two-time MLA, and that's interesting because Erode Bypoll is hoping that he gets the two-leaf symbol, and which is why his candidate has postponed filing of the nomination, because they still have time till the 7th of February to file nominations. They are hoping that they get a favorable verdict in the Supreme Court. So all eyes on how it pans out. We can expect a lot of fireworks taking place in the Supreme Court, while both camps will try to stay claim to the AIADMK legacy.
But Purnima, do we expect a resolution in the next few days, because the East Erode bypolls are coming up, and especially the last day for filing of those nomination papers, as you're pointing out, is the 7th of February?
Absolutely. Today, the Supreme Court will hear the case because, remember, while the Madras High Court gave an order in favor of Erode Bypoll, saying that the General Council meeting resolution making him the interim General Secretary is not null and void, and it's very much valid, is something that the Madras High Court said, and that is now challenged in the Supreme Court by the OPS faction. While O Panneerselvam still has very less support, he's still trying to take all the legal routes possible to ensure that Erode is not the sole leader of the AIADMK. And Sasikala, who's been making statements about how both the factions should unite to fight the 2024 elections, is also monitoring the situation. So we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. Very few days left for the filing of nominations, and Edapadi is trying his best to retain the two-leaf symbol because, as per the ECI, AIADMK is still under the dual leadership of both EPS and OPS. So today's hearing, we'll have to wait and see, as there is a case pending before the apex court, which was challenged by O Panneerselvam. So we'll have to see whether that verdict will be delivered anytime soon, paving way for one of them to get the two-leaf symbol. All eyes on how the hearing pans out today in the apex court. Shilpa.
Purnima, if you can take us through the arguments that have been made before, especially what does the argument and challenge of OPS hinge on at this point in time?
O Panneerselvam's lawyers and counsel have time and again during the entire hearing in both the Madras High Court and the Apex Court maintained that as per the General Council meeting and as per the bylaws, he is still the coordinator of the party, and that a General Council meeting cannot be held by the EPS camp without the signature of O Panneerselvam, and whatever General Council meeting was organized by Erode Bypoll in the absence of O Panneerselvam is null and void because O Panneerselvam, as per the bylaws, claims to be the coordinator of the party, and without him, any resolution moved in the General Council meeting is null and void, is what the lawyers representing the O Panneerselvam camp have time and again argued before the apex court. While Edapadi says that General Council meeting can be held with the support of at least 75% of the district secretaries, and that most of the district secretaries out of 75, at least over 70 have come out in support of EPS, and that the General Council meeting is very much as per the bylaws. That's something that Edapadi camp have argued. The same arguments will continue today as well, but how the Supreme Court judges view this still remains to be seen.
Yes, Purnima, let's hope for some sort of resolution in this never-ending political tussle. Thank you so much for joining us. On that note, slipping into a very short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.